Hello and welcome to the Heat Signature Daily Challenge. It is the 30th of July, and today we are bringing in 3 Foundry officers while avoiding alarms as much as possible. We have a supplier. We're ex-Foundry. Wow. And we've got a hammer for bashdashing around. We've got 2 sidewinders, one of which is self-charging, the other long range, and a brick. Oh, avoiding alarms. Never mind. Yeah, so today has a high rate of variance between plays, just because we got a 1U Sidewinder, 2 1U Sidewinders, and X Foundry. So however many Sidewinds we get is pretty random. Yeah, we'll see how we do. Alright, we got shotguns, we got guns with shields, target please, autopilot. Shields, we don't have a way to deal with shields. That's a rough start. Alright. We're really getting in midway through the ship. That makes me worried that we have to backtrack a bunch for the key. Wrong. Boop. Alright. So, sidewinding possibilities. Sidewinding here feels like the most relevant spot because we're bypassing a little bit of geometry. Over here's probably next best. How do we do this relatively quickly? No. Oh, there is a... Is it worth trying to go for that crate? I don't think so. Even if it is a crash beam or something, it's gonna take a while. How long will it take? So we have to get this key first, and then we have to get able to pretend. I'll maybe consider that if I get an extra use of this sidewinder. Oh yeah, so first sidewind here, I'm thinking dash, steal, dash, get around. And then if we get the prog, we can either... We'd have to go back here and then get the key and then go back here. That's just too much. That's too much. Alright, so swap or sidewind here. If we have another charge, sidewind probably from here to here. And then we have another one. Probably just here. Need to get there. I'll figure out. I'll figure out something there. Maybe here and then dash straight down. Is that gonna get me shot? Is that gonna get me shot? I can't bash them because they'll set off the alarm unless I do some really fancy maneuvering. Okay, we got an extra use. It is actually tempting to use another use right here. Maybe like go right here, disable it. Better than that. I think that's a fair... I think that's a fair play. I think that's a fair play. Ah, darn. Apparently I'm too far away to disable it, so let's hopefully we get out of here safely. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. I think that's a fair time to use it when we're trying to just see how many of these X-Foundry triggers we can get. Especially when Otherwise, we're risking getting shot. I think this is fine. Alright, we don't need this key. Now, I was really hoping one of you would go on patrol or something. I'm thinking... I'm actually legitimately surprised that you don't see me right now. But I'm thinking we get your attention. Get this back up. Just to drag you away. And then we get your attention up here after you've walked sufficiently far away. That's gotta be good. Then we dash past you. Wait here while we get the pod moving. Do I redock with the target? Probably. Probably. Come on, look this way. Please. Please, you saw me. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's all set up fine and dandy. Don't want to do it too early. Alright, that should be perfectly good. Okay, and then, yeah, I think a redock is good. We're low on items. It's funny that we're just about to get the Sidewind back right after we left. Okay, that took a bit more than a second. Oh. All right, that was good. That was good. That was good. We take that. We take that. We return. We leave. All right. Yeah, so that costs like a that costs over 1 second, at least 2 seconds, maybe 2 seconds, maybe a little bit more. But I think that was worth it. I think that was worth it. Alright, we got emergency shields, random kits, target fleas, can't make use of that. Defender, we still need something to be able to crash with. Alright, grab that. Definitely get the crate. Let's see, where do we sidewind here? Here to here's like, that's a decent sidewind. If we have another here to here's pretty good. Is it faster to go here or here? It's gotta be here. If we've got the sidewind. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's actually. Oh, right, because that does put me. Okay, okay. All right, yeah. And then if we still have a sidewind, here to here is a great one. And then we can just bash out here. We don't actually need to go super heavy for the crates for this one, but. We do want to try and get something crash-related for ship 3 at the least. To use a sidewind to get to you? I think we just go all in on them. Darn. Hey! Okay, so if we've got the sidewinders for it. Sidewind here. Get crate, sidewind here. Then we maybe have an extra to get out. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That sounds reasonable. Oh, we've got at least 5 sidewinders and visitors, plus a slipstream for ship 3. We still don't have a way to deal with shields effectively. I am tempted to use a sidewind to get from here to here, but this is just so much better. But I'm not gonna risk it. Nothing on the pod. Return to pod. Maybe should have left the gun on the pod because I'm not gonna use it on this one, but it's a little late for that. And then we go bloop. All right, no extra uses, so it's a good thing we saved it. Run that away. Remote, line it up. That ought to be roughly good. Oh, and I can disable the alarm. And that's good to just do. You don't have glitch test or anything, right? Alright. Yeah, it's good to just disable the alarm. Walk over to the other side of you, give you a little smack. And key cloner. With all the visitors we have, not strictly necessary, I don't think. Oh geez, what do I leave behind? Yeah, I should have left something in the pod. I at least should have left the sidewinder in the pod. Alright, we keep going. Do find it interesting that right there. Like, you smack them with a hammer, and it actually does take, like, 2 or 3 meters before they actually hit the ground, and it makes the little splat sound right there. Not something I really noticed before. But pretty interesting. I don't need the wrench. I can leave the wrench behind. Unless the target's armored. If the target ends up being armored, wrench is actually kind of useful. No, well, the target's armored. Guns, predator, target flees. Alright, yeah, so guns aren't really useful on this one, but wrenches are better for controlling targets. Oh, God. We have to consider when we want to use the visit. We need to smack the target out of there in under 2 seconds once we do the first visit. Alright, yeah, we'll see how this goes. There's still a use case for using a gun. If this connects, then we're good. If not, we're gonna have to do some maneuvering. Maybe should have considered the locked door. But I'm glad I didn't. I could have visited in, but that would have started the clock right here. You're gonna get pretty far. Okay, we can just smack you through here if we're careful. We go up this way. We can disable the alarm if we feel it's necessary. For now, we can just start with the slipstream. And we got 5 key cloners. That's more than we need. Is there a long-range sidewind point that we need more? No. So we'll just go down through this way. All right, all right. Walk this away. At some point, I do need to start using the visitors. At some point, I do need to start using the visitors. At some point, I finally started using them. I forget just how far you can get with all these sidewinders, especially with just a little bit of luck there. Should have had the pod moving at some point during the... We still have the sidewinding trail from the first one that we did. It's still just there. Incredible. Alright, will this angle be good? This angle ought to be good, right? Good enough, probably. And I think I just go down here for safety and an extra proc. All right. Yeah, I should have used visitor earlier. Wouldn't have saved a ton of time, but would have done a little bit. I think I just throw the wrench. I don't have a gun, and gun sets off the alarm with the visitor active. Yeah, so I think we've got the target where we want them. We got the pod moving. We catch ourselves and then them. Fuck. Alright, a little slip up there. But it's fine. Is anything gonna set off the alarm? Nothing should set off the alarm, right? Yeah, no, there's nothing. We leave. Alright, 9 seconds. Smoother pickup, could have picked that down a little bit. Should have used the visitor earlier. Silly of me to think that it would take that long to get through the ship. Tee-heat. Yeah, we drop him off. I'd say we had some solid luck there with the sidewinding. We had some solid luck. And that gave us first place. 31 seconds and a 5.99. Yeah. Nice day. We had some good luck. The crates that we did go for were, I think, universally helpful. They paid for themselves in time, I think. Glad I went for the targets item. The targets item on ship 1 ended up being a slipstream. That was incredibly helpful. Yeah. Very, very fortunate day. Yesterday, we had first place with 36 seconds and a 5.98. Very, very nice. 7-2 coming up in second. Cassandra in third. Zazaza in fourth. And Maragaz in fifth place, making up the top 5. Nice job, everybody. And with that, that is all for today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow.